Okay, so I was just at the ocean and I'm driving back home from doing my I am video. Today, one thing I've noticed is the days that I'm making them, I'm laughing more and feeling better. So they're helping in that instance. I'm still like not super secure, which sucks. I mean, I'm live streaming and some person came on yesterday, and I'm 56 years old and I'm not like a MILF. I'm not one of those moms, I don't think, I'm not like a hottie. But so this girl was like, oh yeah, you're hotter than my grandmother after she was cremated, or I guess it was a girl. It had a girl's picture. It doesn't mean it was a girl. But anyway, beside the point, I'm 56. I should be over this shit. Like, it shouldn't bother me. I don't really care what other people think about the way I do. But I mean, I think I'm a beautiful person. There are things that I would change, I suppose. My nose is a little too large, and I don't look like, although I was told once I looked like Bridget Bardot, but I'm not like I don't know, who's a beautiful older woman. I can't think of anyone, but there's plenty. But anyway, that is not the point. It does not matter. Why is it that I just can't, at 56 years old, I should be plenty old enough to not let little trolls bother me. It's quite amusing. I mean, the reason I'm starting this streaming channel is I would like people, it's a positive place. Like, I don't want any negativity, but I'm doing artwork, and I don't know. I mean, my thing was hopefully to generate some income. My son is telling me that my art is my work. So making money off of my art, I guess I'm considering this art, my I am videos art. I mean, I took out a small loan to make this work, and I just want to live off my creativity. I don't want to be stuck anymore. So anyway, that's beside the point too. Right now this is what I'm doing. So COVID's out there kind of raging, I think. I don't know. I'm confused. I mean, it's killed 180,000 people, so I feel like that's bad, but is it bad? I don't know. Some people don't think it's bad, other people do think it's bad. I know I don't want to risk getting it. I'm, like I said, 56. I smoked for a lot of years. I drank from 12 until 40 something, pretty much consistently. I mean, obviously 12 to 15, I couldn't get a hold of it as much, but once I moved out when I was 15, people came to my house all the time that were over 21 and bought liquor. So I don't want to risk getting sick. I don't want to risk getting Rylan sick. So, I mean, I feel like if we all just, care about each other, it's funny. There's the butterfly effect, right? And you've seen the movie, maybe. I don't know. There's a movie called The Butterfly Effect, but I don't think people get it. If you don't understand the concept of the butterfly effect, or if you didn't understand the concept of the butterfly effect before, why the hell don't you understand it now? I'm super confused by that. Something happened over in China where one person got infected, and now the whole fucking world is infected, and people don't get the concept that what you do directly affects other people, and I'm super confused by that. I just don't understand it. It baffles my mind, and I have to say, before this, I probably didn't recognize it as much as I do now, but there is such a thing. Something that happens on the other side of the world can affect us here. Clearly, because it did, and it has. So I don't understand why people don't get the concept that their actions affect other people. That when they're doing things, they're not the only ones that are being affected by it. It's I don't think it's that hard of a concept to grasp, But clearly people are having a hard time with it. I don't know. I mean, I don't want the economy to be on the rocks either. This whole thing is just, it's fucking insanity. Okay. So this is why I'm creating I Am videos, so that I don't get all wrapped up in the crap, because it can be overwhelming, you know. I mean, Rylan is old enough that he can get a job, because of the fact that I moved out and got a job so young. I've tried to not like force him into it at a youngish age, because there's enough life out there when you get older. I don't get the concept of having kids and pushing them out when they turn 18, like pushing them out of the house. Why do you fucking have kids if you're not going to make sure that their lives are okay? They're not asking to be brought into this world. You're making that choice for them. If you bring them into this world, you need to make sure they are okay. That is part of your fucking job when you decide to become a parent. And it confuses me why people don't get that either. I know that people thought that I raised my son, you know, like a snowflake or whatever, because I did not force him into getting a job at 16 somewhere where he was going to hate it. He's going to have enough of that in his life, possibly. Hopefully not, because I'm trying to at least get him to a place where he can do what he enjoys with his life, because I don't want him to end up like me at 56, finally, hopefully, no, not hopefully, I am a talented and successful artist, but I would prefer that he not have to spend the majority of his life in a job or jobs that he doesn't like. So it's just, it's a waste of life. It's such a waste of life. You know, and people are just mean and angry, and it's not getting any better. I just wish people could just learn to not be mad anymore. Maybe if we were all just not so mad. It's kind of hard though when the person running our country is stoking anger and fear in everybody. I know some people don't see that for what it is he's doing, but that is what he's doing. Constantly calling people names. I mean, come on. He is the president. He's not a fucking kindergartner. Well, okay, he kind of is. I kind of think what happens is that you're born, you live your life, and when you get to a certain age, you go back to the age of like 5, you know? And especially if you've never had to really work for anything, it's baffling to me that people like me who work, I mean, I've worked 2 and 3 jobs all my life. This has been the most difficult time being laid off like this and trying to find another path. Well, finding another path, not trying, I'm doing it, but finding a path that's actually going to make me happy, because all I've ever done is work many, many jobs. First, it was to provide for my meth addiction, and then it was to provide for my alcoholism and my meth addiction and my other addictions. And then I had a child, so it was to provide for my alcohol and my child until he turned 7 and I got sober. And then it was just to provide for him. And now he's old enough and has assured me, told me the other day that I'm not doing it by myself anymore, which made me cry because I've been doing it by myself for so long. And he's the first person to say that to me that I actually think I can count on to come through. But I just don't understand how people like me, who have worked jobs like this all of their lives, could think that the people that are in our government, any of them, Democrats, Republicans, or otherwise, are out for anybody but themselves, besides maybe some of the younger ones, you know, or some of the newbies. But I mean, come on. Nancy Pelosi is showing us her fucking ice cream, and Mitch McConnell is fucking taking vacations and shit. They all are. Why Americans are dying and starving because they don't have enough money to put food on the table. It's just amazing to me that those people think that that is doing their job. That is doing their job. I worked 2 jobs in my lifetime. If I ever just took a vacation before my job was finished, I would lose my effing job. It just blows the fucking me a way that anybody can support any of them. That said, we have to support somebody, although it breaks my heart for it to be Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, but I don't think Trump's done a very good job so far of anything besides really stoking anger and hate and making people afraid. I mean, it's not like you're just a Trump supporter. You have to have 5 big flags hanging from your trunk and shit. And it's not like you're just a Democrat. You have to be so far leftist that, I mean, God, I'm an independent, but it's just that we've got, see, Trump flag, got to have their big old flags hanging, everywhere. It's like, when do we come to a point where we just care about each other? Like, literally care about each other?